The Shadow SPRUDE. Chapter 3. Changing Heart. We begin with Willow and Kurai running side by side in a race, a competition. Kurai, more competitive than Willow, contrasting to Willow's eagerness to play. As they run side by side, Willow thinks of something to say. Willow tries brightening the mood by asking Kurai a question. She utters, "Hey, so, quick question. What's this search you're doing?" "I'm not really too sure about it, so might as well ask you, yeah?" Kurai tilts her head slightly down. "I'm looking for true history about dragons." Willow, a bit more intrigued, she asks, "Why? I mean, I guess I could see, but isn't there already lots of history?" Kurai, a bit of an eye twitch goes on underneath her blindfold. She says, "Dragons' history has been mis-skewered for a long time. That and the normal person never really sees a dragon anyway. Who are you to say that dragons' history hasn't just been made up this entire time? Dragons do exist, don't get that wrong, but what are their origins?" Willow thinks to herself before saying, "I never really thought of that, actually. Thinking about it like that, that's a lot. But, hey, I'm sure you'll find your objective soon." Kurai, becoming a little more agitated, continues running. Willow, she then asks another question. "Okay, so what about this? Why did you choose to take me along of all people?" Kurai smirks and says, "Simple. You can fly and I can't. Plus you possess a bit of knowledge about this someone that I need. If you can remember any details of them, that would be great. Otherwise, I'll just use you for your prowess. Besides, I'll be honest, I was a bit impressed when you managed to knock me and Ellen away with that little magical spell of yours." Willow, feeling a bit delighted, and even blushing just a tad bit, she says, "Thanks, I really appreciate it, but that wasn't a spell. More so me just using raw energy." Kurai lifts an eyebrow. "What do you mean raw energy?" "Well, okay, magic comes in the form of raw magic and actual magic, and so basically I use raw magic. It's not really a spell of sorts, it's just pure energy." Huh. Okay then, that's good to know. So what else can you do with it? "Nothing much yet," Willow explains. "I've just been making waves with it. Although I wouldn't say it's strong, considering Ellen had no armor and he was still able to survive it. He wasn't even bruised in the slightest. So it gives a little push. That can be useful." Kurai then begins to start muttering something underneath her breath. Willow, trying to listen in, then gets distracted by a butterfly that flies past her. As that happens, Willow does not see an incoming rock as she trips over it. Before Willow can splat onto the ground, Kurai catches her. Kurai then lifts Willow up. You okay? Yeah, I am actually. Thank you. You helped me? And here I thought you were so rude and mean. Kurai lifts up her foot and kicks Willow in the stomach, causing Willow to fall over. As Willow's on the ground, holding her stomach, trying to regain her composure, she says, "Ow, ow, ow! Okay, I'm sorry, but what was that for?" Kurai turns around, choosing not to respond, and continues on her race. Hey, no fair! You can't just... Willow quickly picks herself up and tries to catch up to her. As the race continues, Willow just a little bit behind Kurai now. Kurai decides to finally speak to Willow after about 12 minutes of running. Hey, so... explain this. What is it? Kurai slows down so that they can go back to the same pace. Tell me about yourself. What makes you tick? Willow gives off a bright smile. Okay, well, currently I'm 187. 180 what? Kurai looks at Willow, a surprised look on her face. What? I'm 187. Is that not normal? I think it's not normal considering that, well, I'm 24 and I'm an adult. You're 187, somehow still alive, and yeah. Willow gives a little smug look on her face as she says, I'm a fairy. Kurai does a bit of a smile. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that explains a lot. You're my first ever fairy I encountered. That means I kicked a fairy. Good on me, I guess. Willow makes fists with her hand and puts it on her hip. What's that supposed to mean? Kurai chuckles. Take it however you want. They continue their race, and as they do so, Willow, she gets a bit closer towards Kurai and says, you know, you look a lot better when you smile. Why don't you do that more often? Kurai shrugs. Because, well, I don't know, actually. Probably because I like to battle a lot, and most of this journey has been battling things, whether it be nature, animals, or actual people. So what happened in these battles? Willow says with a bit of intrigueness to her voice. They all died. Every single last one of them. Whoever or whatever got in my way, I made sure to annihilate it completely. Willow, a bit shocked, she says, No, that's not right at all. You don't just kill things because they get in your way. Well, what if I want to? Ever thought about that? I guess, but still, no. Willow shakes her head frantically before saying to Kurai, You can make allies and friends by not killing people. Kurai says to her as a retort. They could also fake being your friends to betray you later. It's better to get the problem done now than later. You understand? Willow crosses her arms as she begins to start flying. Well, I understand what you mean, but... Okay. But still, while it's fine to battle, I guess, don't kill anybody. You can make a lot of friends and a lot of allies in this world, alliances and more. I personally think the only reason why this world is so chaotic is because people don't ever try that. Can you at least start using mercy? Because from what I've seen, you're pretty merciless so far. Kurai tilts her head to the left. And what's it to you? Willow smiles. Well, I could also leave you too. Then you wouldn't have any information. Or I can give you the wrong information and then find a way to escape. Kurai thinks about it, and as she reaches towards her sword, Willow, panicked, she comes up with a last effort sentence. And even if you kill me, there could be always some other people that come by, find out, and you could be killed yourself. Then your journey, it wouldn't go the way you want it to. Kurai stops running abruptly, causing Willow to tumble forward in the air. As Willow catches herself and lands gracefully onto the ground, she turns around, seeing Kurai thinking. Willow walks over to Kurai and she says, "Just for once, maybe try being happy and nicer to others. Maybe you'll smile a lot more too. And then you might not have to deal with so much problems on your own. Right? I'll gladly help you. Plus, I'm interested to learn about this too now. But I don't want to help someone who's mean to me." I guess I never considered this, but... Alright. Fine, you convince me. I'll try being a bit more nicer to other people. Willow claps her hands together. Yippee! I'm very happy. I'm super duper happy. No, I'm ecstatic. Kurai unsheaths her sword, causing Willow to begin panicking abruptly as Kurai swings her sword at Willow and smacks her with the dull side. Just because I'm saying that doesn't mean I'm going to treat you any different, though. Willow rubs her right cheekbone before saying, Okay, I guess that makes sense. But at least you're trying. Yeah? Kurai smiles as she sheaths her sword again. I'm practically done running. Willow smiles back at her and says, Me too. Why don't we both choose a campsite? Kurai, she says, yeah, sure. Willow, smiling still, she asks Kurai a very important question that's been on her mind. Hey, Kurai. Yes? Can you tell me? What's, No, that might be private. Wanna be friends? Kurai looks at Willow before she begins thinking. She goes back to the time when she was a kid and everyone feared her, thinking about how it felt. Yeah, we can be friends. Willow begins shooting into the sky. Really? Friends? Really? With you? Me? You? Friends? Yeah. Calm down, please. Willow proceeds to flutter over and gives Kurai a hug. Kurai doesn't hug back, but she allows it to happen. Well, I guess let's go make this campsite, yeah? Willow nods gracefully, taking a skip through the air. Campsite, here we come! Let's make it by like a river. No, that wouldn't be good. People like to canoe in rivers. Also, animals and beasts can come out of there as well. We don't want a bear sneaking up on us as we sleep. I'd say make a campsite somewhere where we can have a shelter. I'm thinking a shallow cave would work in case it rains. Also, there would be no way, except for one way, for someone to enter and exit. If we can do it in the open too, it'd be better. But let's also keep it elevated as well. So I'm guessing probably like a small mountain or something. Willow, she points into a certain direction. So, like that mountain over there? Kurai looks over to where Willow points. In the distance, about a mile or so away, just faintly can be seen a mountain, a towering one. The mountain steep, yet with lots of grass and vegetation on it, tons of trees. Kurai, she nods. Yeah, like that type of mountain. I guess let's go. Willow clasps her hands together as she begins to flutter right beside Kurai. As they walk, Willow, she says, I've also been looking for something, honestly. Kurai, she turns towards Willow, intrigued at what she has to say. I've been looking for answers to this very important question. I wonder why fairies have the 7 enchanted laws. If you're not really too accustomed to it, basically, they're just the 7 laws that fairies have to follow. But sometimes I question why. But other times, it's just the way the world works, and I love those laws, because it means I get to make new friends, and life gets to carry on. Kurai nods, wondering what the 7 enchanted laws could even be. Kurai thinks to herself, surely one of them have to be something about compassion and kindness. Another one probably has something to do with not killing. As they continue moving, the both of them, they hear a voice call out to them from behind. Hey, you two. You lost or something? They both turn around. Kurai's eyes narrowing as she sees 3 people. They're wearing black cloaks and what seems to be brown leather armor. The person in the middle seems to have long black hair that's tucked away into the hood of her cloak. She also has amber eyes, and she has a very condescending and bewitching smile. She's wearing leather armor too. Hers looks a bit more thicker though, and she has a pouch. The pouch is tied on her waist and has the symbol of a gold coin, with 3 daggers on the opposite side of her waist, and a short sword just being able to be seen by the tip of its blade tucked away into her cloak as well. With oversized leather gloves, she puts a fist to her chest and says, "You can call me Zoro. I'm just a bandit around these parts, but I don't mean to do anything wrong to you. Not yet." Kurai takes a step in front of Willow. She thinks about something before getting back to the topic. "What do you want from us?" "Oh, what do I want from you guys? It's simple. I like that iron sword you got there. And if there's some currency you got on as well, you can just hand those stuff over and we'll be on our way. Otherwise, I can simply just take everything from you right now." Willow's eyes narrow as she proceeds to flutter up, flying and floating then above Kurai's head. Making gestures with her body, she then says, "You won't be able to win, even if you tried us. Kurai's gonna kick your butt." Kurai facepalms. Zoro, lifting an eyebrow, intrigued at this, she says, "Okay then, I'll cut you some slack. You seem a little bit stronger than the average people I rob. How about this? You lose, and I kill you and take your items. You win, and I'll leave you alone. For now." Kurai, still facepalming, she says, "You're not gonna leave us alone until we get this done, right?" "Precisely." Zoro equips one of her daggers onto her hand. Another one of them take out a small shield. The shield's made of iron with a golden coin symbol drawn onto it. "Whatever Lady Zoro wants, we're gonna get. So, since you already decided you're gonna do this, Lady Zoro, permission to attack?" Kurai cracks her knuckles. "Alright then, we're doing it the hard way. Willow, get your butt down here." As Willow lands onto the ground abruptly, she then says, "I'm ready when you are, Kurai." Zoro, she cracks her neck a little, and then, with an intimidating glare towards the two, she utters, "Bring it." Chapter end.